What's up, guys? This video is supposed to be currently reading, and despite my lovely library over here, I don't actually have time to read between study and work and all my social medias and working for Popcorn and writing stories and scripts and all of that. I don't actually have time to sit down and read. Because usually the only time I have to do that is right before bed. So the easiest thing to do is watch Netflix on my computer. So obviously with that comes the fact that I've been keeping up to date with Riverdale. And if you saw last night's episode, you would have had either a very big plot twist revealed, or you would have gone, I called it from so far away, like I did. Obvious spoilers ahead. I am going to kind of divulge what actually happened, in case people, are interested in what the show's about but don't really want to watch it. You should obviously go and watch it. But if that's the case, I'm going to divulge a little bit of what happened, and yeah. So last night's episode was kind of reported to be when we found out who Jason's killer was, which is what this entire first season has led up to. And so obviously we've only got one episode left for the season, which comes out next week. But we do find out the killer, and we also find out exactly the storyline of what led up to his death and how all the different clues we've come across so far have fit into the wider picture. And I'm going to kind of paint that broader picture for you. So obviously it starts on the day when Cheryl and Jason were going to roll across the river, and then you get to the other side, embrace, part ways because Jason was running away. Then Cheryl was going to turn the boat over, get back to the other side of the river, and pretend that he got turned over and that he drowned, so that no one would go looking for him. And then obviously they heard, Archie and the music teacher heard a gunshot, which we later find out was while they were embracing, so we know that that gunshot didn't actually kill Jason, despite the fact that when his body was found, it had a bullet hole in it. So that gunshot was then revealed to have been Boy Scouts learning how to shoot, because their leader is like a super survivalist. And all of the clues from that kind of seem to not point at all to how he died. So what actually happened, and we kind of properly found all of this out last night, was that once he'd gotten to the other side and Cheryl had started putting her side of the plan into action, he got taken, like kidnapped, in the middle of where they rode across to and where he stashed the car. And somewhere in between there, he got taken by the Serpents, who then took him back to their clubhouse, kind of beat him up, tried to find out exactly what he was up to, because obviously in exchange for the getaway car, Jason had to do a run for them, and they thought that, if he was actually going to try and run away, that he wasn't going to come back and give them the money. So they felt like he was going to betray them, and then, yeah. Kids next door screaming. Anyway, so it's then discovered that after he gets beat up at the clubhouse, that his father, Clifford, or Blossom, comes in, takes the ring out of his shirt pocket, the one that his grandmother gave to him, that he's going to use to propose to Polly, and then after putting it in his own jacket pocket, pulls a gun out and shoots his own son. Clifford Blossom was the murderer, and I called it. My friend and I had a bit of a bet, which she called off last minute because she read spoilers and obviously didn't want to pay me $5. I still won. She owes me money anyway, so I don't see what the difference is. Anyway, um, after that, they like leave with his body kind of like on the floor after that, and then FP comes in, finds his body in the back of the clubhouse, understandably freaks out and not wanting to call cops because, you know, it's just going to be assumed that he did it. He calls Joaquin, who comes in and helps him like wrap the body up and stuff it in the freezer, and then once the river's been cleared from the initial investigation, they dump his body in it so that it can wash up and be found, and kind of look like the cops overlooked a particular part or something. I don't know. But the idea is that it wouldn't point back to them. And then obviously the rest of the investigation kind of goes from there, because that's where all the clues started coming up. So that is the timeline of what happened. Obviously they found this out because FP took the security footage, reviewed it to see what actually happened, found out what actually happened, and then when he went and torched Jason's getaway car after Jughead and Betty had found it, took the jacket, put it in the pocket, which had a hole in it, and kept the jacket so that it was their kind of defense. Which is why in the episode where FP is getting Joaquin to hide all the evidence to help them in their plan. Obviously they were going to try and extort money from the Blossoms or something. He gets Joaquin to hide the jacket because it has the security footage in it. And yeah, a lot of things just make sense because of last night's episode. And Riverdale's an amazing show. So if you haven't watched it, you need to go and watch it like now. And if you have watched it, leave me a comment down below of who you thought the killer was and how surprised or not surprised you were that it was Clifford. And yeah, give it a thumbs up if you like the video, hit the subscribe button, whatever it is in advice. I make videos every day. And until next time guys, keep raising hell.